Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So since the price of Ethereum right now is flashing a very interesting scenario, is this actually a sign that the price of Ethereum could be preparing itself for another movement that could be very massive? Because if you look at this here in a daily time frame, I am going to show you one very interesting scenario that must happen if the price of Ethereum wants to show any sort of an impulsive movement, and also getting rejection around that area. What kind of scenario could be playing out here in a immediate short term? All this scenario will be talked in today's video, so please watch it till the end. And also guys, I am making this video only for you because many were talking about this Ethereum price analysis, so that's why I'm making this extra for you. So please also take 2 seconds of your time and smash the like button. So starting here in a daily time frame, I want to show you this one very interesting scenario which is known as symmetrical triangle. Because if you look at the price structure of Ethereum, we can clearly see that this upper line here was a strong line of resistance, right? And the lower line area was a strong line of support. And now the question here is the price of Ether going to break out of this resistance and flip it into support? Because if we do break the resistance line from this symmetrical triangle, the upper line area, and flip it into support around this 4,500 range, guys, right, then we could be starting a new movement here to the upper direction. In that case, guys, the price of Ethereum could also be heading towards this new all-time high. And why I'm actually saying you this, the price has to break out of this resistance line, because if you don't want to look this as a symmetrical triangle, what we can do also, we can simply add this falling trend line here and also another one to the downside. And now if we don't want to look this as a symmetrical triangle, we can still see this as an descending broadening wedge. So according to the descending broadening wedge, also you can see the upper line was a strong line of resistance and lower line was a strong line of support. So now if this resistance right around this 4,500 is going to flip into support, then we are breaking the resistance from this descending broadening wedge, the upper line area, and also the upper line area from this symmetrical triangle, and could continue this rally here to the upper direction. But if we do see any sort of a price retracement here in the immediate short term, then we are aware this lower line, which previously also acted as a strong line of support, could be again holding the price of Ethereum around this 4,100 area. And also guys, also not just only this one scenario which is actually pointing out the price of Ethereum looks very interesting, but also if we look at this here in a daily time frame, what I'm actually going to do here, I'm going to simply add this parallel channel just to show you guys why these parallel channels are very important in price action of Ethereum. Because if you look at the price movement here, before we had this actual movement here to the upside, right, just monitor this parallel trend line, guys. I want to show you this one very interesting scenario. Whenever we had this massive pullback, the previous temporary raise line around that range, we always came back to retest it before breaking here to the upper direction. Again, you can see came back to retest the previous temporary raise line, found support around that range before starting this new move here to the upper direction. And this one here is also pretty similar. I mean, this was the previous temporary raise line, just like here, and now the pullback what we are getting and also finding support above that range is indicating maybe we could be forming another pretty similar scenario just like here. I mean, resistance, right, breaking out of it, retesting it, and this could be another retest of this previous temporary raise line before the price of Ether starts showing again another impulsive movement here to the upper direction. Because if that is going to happen, right, then we are aware again this temporary raise line is going to be another line of support once we start this new move here to the upper direction. And any further retracement, just like here, and just like here, the previous temporary raise line could be retested. But before that, we have to overcome the resistance around this 4,500, because if we do break this resistance and flip it into support, then I strongly believe the price of Ether will also break out of this previous high and start this new rally here to the upper direction. And if you want to look at this in a bit different way, no problem. Let me show you this one very interesting scenario. So what we are going to do now, we are going to simply add this rising trend line, because we are aware the rising trend line here is a strong line of support, and it's also showing us the possible trend direction. So now if this is going to be another similar scenario just like here, I mean impulsive movement, corrective movement, right, another impulsive movement, corrective movement, then you can see this corrective movement ended after finding support above this rising trend line, just like here from past price action. So I mean, if we do see any sort of a further retracement, the same line is going to be another strong support around this 4,000 to 4,100, and we know around that range we also have support from this lower line area of this symmetrical triangle. So now you can see things are lining up very nicely for price action of Ethereum. But if you simply look at this price range, right, in a smaller time frame, we can see another very interesting scenario unfolding right now here. Let me show you that. So guys, now if we look at this price action of Ethereum here in a 4-hour time frame, I want to show you this one very interesting scenario, which is known as dead cat bounce relief rally. So if you look at this dead cat bounce relief rally, in most of the cases in dead cat bounce, the price is never going to see this retracement more than 50 to 60%, right? Because crypto is a bit volatile, we have said that. But if you look at this price structure, this corrective move and this relief rally, it has already broken out of this 0.5 Fibonacci line and also broken out of this 0.618 Fibonacci line. So now as you can see, the 0.618, which is around $4,281, is acting as a support. So if we do remain above this 0.618 Fibonacci line, then this could be also an indication that this dead cat bounce is invalidated, and now we are ready for this new movement here to the upward direction. So that's why according to this dead cat bounce, the next possible target is this 0.786 Fibonacci line, that is around 4,500 area. And now you can also see exactly around this 4,500 area, we have the resistance from this symmetrical triangle, the upper line area, and also the upper line area from this descending broadening wedge. So that's why we have to break this resistance and flip it into support if we want to see any sort of a impulsive price movement playing out for Ethereum. And now what I'm also going to do, guys, I'm going to add another interesting scenario here, which is known as ascending channel. Because if you look at this ascending channel, the price of Ethereum is getting strong rejection around the upper line area, and to the downside, the lower line here is acting as a strong line of support, and we are forming this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. If you look at this properly, sorry for that, you can see here higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. So if this trend is going to continue this rally, you can see with each and every price pullback or retracement, the previous top acted as a strong line of support. So you can see this line, previous top acted as a support. So now if we are going to break the previous top here, right, around this 4,500, then we can see we could be again getting another impulsive movement right here, and again could be retesting the previous temporary top, just like here from past price action. So and then continue this rally, making this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern, and any sort of a further retracement, we could be retesting the previous top again, or the lower line area that could be around this 4,100 price range. So these are some of the scenarios I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, then come on, hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.